And without further ado, we are loaded onto the Rift, guys. This is week 2 of BCal's Spring Split. The Wight Camp versus Ctrl Alt Elite. Let's just make sure everybody is in the right starting order, unfortunately, again. And I harp. LCS order is very much appreciated, but not everybody has the champion pool available. A tournament mode really needs to unlock that, just because they are playing in a tournament, and it would be really nice. But here we are, early action coming at Kabasco's Q landing onto EX on that Lissandra as they get some deep wards in. Elite is already positioned though. They do have that deep ward. Can actually get sandwiched quite a bit. Coach Tyler pokes in, finds Yex in. Q does land, poking him out of lane as Yex will back off. Meanwhile, the three members of Elite are just sitting in that tri-bush, having full vision. But the Tremor Sense from Brio does spot them out. Pings go down for them as Kabasco will go in. Face checking in, and they knock up happens. Cratical does get stunned as tons of damage is being dropped on him. Bomb on his head. Brio falling dangerously low as Tin Terran does get stunned as well. Both two members of Elite are blinking red, but no kills so far this early go. Kabasco likes his chances, just trying to delay the backs and being annoying as usual. But Brio, falling dangerously low into there, will heal up quite a bit as he chugs down one of his mana pots. Will get a 4-man leash from this. Meanwhile, Karatical has not moved in to get his buff, so he has the danger of being 3 buff right now, as the bot lane for the Wight Camp is actually committing to helping their jungler early game. They are still going to get back into lane faster than Elite's bot lane, and so far that is going to be a win for the Wight Camp here early game, as Cratical is still jungleless. He is getting some help with that crump by Chaos Claw. Meanwhile, Tay is asserting his dominance in the top lane, hitting that level 2 first, already taking a CS advantage. Meanwhile, Kabasco goes into Chaos Claw, dropping him half health. Chrono doing a lot of damage with that E. Both members of Elite's bot lane are already getting pressured, and this is what I was worried about. Draven's early game is less than subpar, especially picking into Braum, able to line up his Q with those spinning axes. Now it looks like Brio is gonna go back before taking his blue, so if Cratical is on point, he will be able to contest Brio's blue, but I don't know if that is going to be the best course of action. He is going to get 3 buffed. And that is just the sad truth of it. Cratical kind of forcing the issue with that blue instead of just going to his red and swapping buffs with Brio. Not necessarily unheard of, but a little bit stubborn in that fact that Cratical did not make that in-game switch. Yet to go back to finish his item, though, considering the fact that he is about a camp behind in the early jungle. Now CS advantage coming out to Kabasco, just coming out for Chrono, just because Kabasco has been able to put quite a bit of pressure onto Tin Terran, warding up the jungle. Cratical finally being able to clear his jungle out, hitting that level 3. Meanwhile, Brio is trying to find out what he can do in the top lane, helping out at Say. There he is, goes in and tunnels, puts a little bit of poke down, but the claw coming out from Yex is going to keep him quite safe. Brio's not really done yet as he's going back down and around the tri-bush, but initiation coming out from Chaos Fall onto Kabusco, has the 4 stacks, is stunned out. Kabusco dropping quite low, but Tinter not really focusing on to Chrono during that exchange. Probably the wrong target you want to go on with Braum being so tanky, but a good trade coming out of Elite's bot lane, trying to ease that pressure, so to speak, and get Draven to farm up those adoration stacks. Now, Yex able to catch up and farm in that top lane, actually. The Doran's start for Tay is an interesting one. Will provide him the sustain and the poke damage that he needs. I've recently started seeing him start that, but a lot of confidence being shown not starting anything like pots. But Chaos Claw goes in onto Chrono again. Kabusco trying to peel for his ADC as the stacks of passive. Brio is waiting in the wings right now, and Tinter is being committed to this. The exhaust is dropped, and the knockup from Brio is good, and Brio will pick up first blood. They're not done yet as Chaos Claw falls dangerously low, but Chrono was taking too much damage from the turret, and Chaos Claw gets away with just a sliver of HP left, but first blood going over to the Wight camp. Unfortunate time for Chaos Claw to go aggressive, knowing with Brio so close for the gank. But great game sense coming up from Brio, being where he needed to be when he needed to be. Meanwhile, mid lane is surprisingly even with that Syndra and Zed. It looks like Morelnomicon is going to be Coach Tyler's first pickup, going on to building that idol. Meanwhile, Mesu already finishes that Cutlass, working towards that Blade of the Rune King. Pink's going down in the Baron as both supports try to posture for vision in it. They're trying to contest this blue buff, but Mesu comes in, gets spotted out by Brio's Tremor Sense. Unfortunately, Q not landing. Critical looks like he wants to take his blue, but they do have quite vision. Deathmark goes onto Brio as he gets knocked up in the hell, falls dangerously low, gets stunned out thanks to the passive. Coach Tyler flashes in and ulties for the kill. Mesu is definitely regretting his decision. TP coming in from Tay from the top lane with an answer TP from Yex as both top laners go. Slicing Maelstrom is dropped, and it's doing so much damage to control out the lead. The Ice Tomb was not enough as they pick up 1, pick up 2. Chrono in the backline doing more damage. Tintarin will fall as well, and it's going to be an 8-minute ace coming out from the Wight camp. Trust and Tay picking himself up a double kill in that exchange, and that is going to be most definitely a dragon for the Wight camp. Big mistake coming out from Critical, trying to force the issue of that blue buff, and that misplay coming out from Control Alt Elite, just too spread out, too messy. Tintarin and Chaos Claw were so far back from the Lissandra Ice Tomb that when she TP'd in, she was just split from the entire team. The Ice Tomb did buy a little bit of time, but Trust and Tay's slicing Maelstrom just dropped HP bars so low, getting that stunning effect too. Now Chrono gets caught out while Kabusco is recalling, but will just be able to rocket jump away. Both ADCs sitting on pickaxes after their first buy. Needlessly large rod picked up for Lissandra though, in that top lane after that messy fight. Meanwhile, Arm Guard and Negatron Cloak will help Tay up in that. Brio trying to duel with Messi and likes his chances and gets smite right there, and that's going to be a 1v1 kill for Brio in the mid lane. That's something that you never want to see your mid laner falling to a jungler this early in the game. Now, Brio is sitting on a full Warriors enchant though, so he does have quite a bit of damage, surprisingly. Now, I want to see where his build path leads, if it's going to be more tanky or in the more carry role, but in all honesty, the White Camp has so much damage that they really just need a Brio to be soak in all those hits. Trust and Tay trying to trade with Yex, actually getting the tail end of that as he messed up his lightning rush just a bit. Kabasco now finishes up his Sightstone, picks up that Moby Boots. We should probably see him roaming quite a bit now once he knows Chrono is safe. They really want, I think the White Cap can't really breathe easy until they knock down Tin Terran just a little bit more. He is 0-2, is able to cut down those stacks quite a bit. He's sitting on 75 right now. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Deathmark goes on to Coach Tyler as Ignite is dropped, popped, but Cratical misses the ulti from Sedge. Meanwhile, Yax will pick up the kill as the roam comes down. Ice Doom on Brio as Cratical falls dangerously low, and Brio will pick up the kill, getting out alive. And it will end up being a 1-for-1 trade in the mid lane. I think Coach Tyler getting caught with his pants down. Mia's not really being called, perhaps, as Trust and Tay was not able to rotate down for the counter initiate, but the White Camp holding quite a big lead here early. 4k gold advantage, 7 kills up as Chaos Claw goes into Chrono, but Kabasco is just being that brick wall, keeping Chrono at full health, able to trade efficiently against Elite's bot lane. Now, Coach Tyler's build path is just so all over the place. He is sitting on the idol, a Codex, and an arm guard, not really finishing an item, so to speak. Meanwhile, Cratical is sitting on that Trailblazers. I don't know if he upgraded to Cinderhulk. Yeah, he has upgraded to Cinderhulk already, trying to help him clear. He is trying to contest this blue buff, but Coach Tyler is just going to take that away with the Troll Syndra Plick. Brio spots out Cratical in the side bush as Mesu is pushing that mid wave for Control Alt Delete. Meanwhile, it is all farming business up in the top lane as Lissandra is working her way towards that Zhonya's Hourglass, as well as Trust and Tay. Cascal going in on Kabasco as well. TP coming in from Tay to turn this around, but it doesn't even look like he's needed as Chrono picks up that kill there. Nice Trust in Tay picking up that assist just for giggles. Now it looks like Coach Tyler is going to get engaged upon. Deathmark is on him. Yex is going to Ice Tomb him under turret, and it's going to be lights out for Coach Tyler as they see, but the engage coming out underneath the turret. Kabasco is going to not make it out of this alive, but Trustastay is doing so much work thanks to Kabasco's sacrifice. Will make that a 1-for-1 trade. Nice Sedge ulti under tower, making the White Camp pay for their aggression down here in the bot lane. But Chrono looks like he's gonna just go on Cratical, and Cratical needs to make sure he respects the damage on that Tristana as he gets popped and dropped dangerously low, blinking red. But he does have Chaos Claw respawned now, able to make it back into lane. Pink's coming down for the White Camp as Brio wants to make something happen, but it looks like he's just going to counter jungle Cratical yet again. Cratical being denied that blue buff, so probably for the entire game so far, for this whole 15 minutes. And Brio will pick up that third blue buff yet again. Coach Tyler needs to Be careful though, Dragon is spawned and it looks like both teams are posturing for it. Chaos Claw gets caught out just a bit, trying to take out a pink ward. The pink baits are real, but the TP from Yex is coming. Chaos Claw dropping really low. Nice ulti coming out from the Leona as Yex gets a shutdown on it, but it's not over. It's a double kill for Yex. Great TP, and it's actually the rebate. No, not the rebate, but the bait switch coming out from Ctrl Alt Elite. Chaos Claw being saved actually by a nice TP from Yex. Nice heads up there. And honestly, the Wight camp should not go there. Deathmark goes on to Tay right now. There's an ulti coming out from that Rek'Sai, but Dragon goes over to Ctrl Alt Elite, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Now they are still 2k gold. The gold differential is now only 2k, should I say, but they still are down 5 kills for that. The Wight camp definitely just needed to let that Dragon go. They could have traded for that middle tower if they just pushed it. Ping is coming down for assistance of Elite, as 4 members of the Wight camp is nice. Ulti coming out, and Brio gets a shutdown with a damage. Slicing Maelstrom will go in on that, and Messu's trying to dodge back and forth, but he is going to get caught out as Brio is just tanking the turret for days. Will Messu get out alive? No, the Q is going to be enough. They re-engage. Tinter is trying to do as much damage as he can in the back line, but honestly, he's not that strong. And Trust and Tay likes his chances, going to stun out Chaos Claw, and it looks like the Wight camp just needs to disengage out of here. But Chaos Claw and Tinter falling dangerously low after a great dive from the Wight camp. Meanwhile, their bot is going to get poked down quite a bit, considering the wave was... Oh, they're just going to outright take it. Didn't see the health on that turret, but they had the wave pushing in their favor. And the Wight camp's doing a really good job controlling the waves, so that it is always pushing in their favor when they are going to take an objective. Now, that's not to say Chrono is absolutely a monster when it comes to pushing on that Tristana. Her kit is just absolutely broken, able to E onto turrets. Now has finished that IE, while Tintaran has yet to complete it. So that's Power Spike definitely in favor of Chrono there. Meanwhile, Trustante is going to rush that Abyssal Scepter. It's a great offensive and it's a great offensive defensive item, if that makes any sense. He's able to shred the MR and do quite a bit of damage while getting the MR needed to fight against that Lysandra in the top lane. Now, the farm differential for the jungler says it all. Critical having a very rough game, getting denied a lot of his jungle thanks to Brio's aggressive counter jungling, but the claw coming out from Yex, trying to trade with Tay. Getting poked down from the Q. Ice Tomb coming out. Trust and Tay slicing Maelstrom to turn it around. Though Zonya's being there, but Kratical's going to help out his top lane. And Yex gets the shutdown onto Tay. His first death of the game. Yex getting absolutely bailed out. Nice 2-man stun coming from Coach Tyler, as the Draven ulti used to clear the wave, but that doesn't matter. Chrono is going to pick up that turret. Yex is going to answer with a top turret of his own, though. Turret still in favor of the Wight camp. 3-1. As pings for taking Ctrl Alt Elite's last T1 tower go down. It is a free global gold for the team, so they are making the correct rotations. Now, something I haven't really commented about too much this game is the fact that the Whitecaps warding is just very there. It's very aggressive warding. They have a lot of pinks on the map too so far, but a lot of deep wards in the top jungle of Elite. Just trying to punish Critical in his own jungle, making sure he gets none of that. Now, Yex gets caught out by Brio waiting in the bush, and it's gonna be their turn. Yex might get away, but Brio's having none of it. Zhonya's again coming out and into the Ice Tomb will buy enough time for his team to rotate and save him. Lysandra just being so annoying. Meanwhile, as Chrono picks up that last T1 while all of this is going on, finally joins his team there. Critical gets caught out by Brio, falling dangerously low. Nice ulti from Kabusco, slowing down the team. Now behind Light, Yex gets caught out by the Slicing Maelstrom from Tay, and it's going to be a 3-for-0. A really messy fight. I don't know what Yex was doing behind enemy lines, considering the fact that he had already popped Ice Tomb and Zhonya's to deny that gank. Highly unfortunate and poor decision making coming out from Yex for that, and it will result in a tower and 3 kills for the Wight camp. Now, Zed has actually yet to finish his Blade of the Ruined King. He is still sitting on the Cutlass. He is respecting the double AP damage coming out from the Wight camp though, and picking out himself up a Hex Drinker. I definitely cannot blame him. It looks like he's going to finish up a Brutalizer too. His build path is just all over the place as well. Coach Tally finally sorting his own build out, finishing that Morellonomicon and that Zhonya's himself. As both teams tried to posture around for this spawn dragon. Krugs Scuttle going over as Yex gets caught out by a long-range stun from Coach Tyler, and that comfort pick coming into dividends as he's able to land those long-range clutch stuns, forcing Yex to back off, and that is going to be a free dragon for the Wight camp. Nothing really they can do, as Yex was also split again from his team, getting poked out. The Elite Control Alt Elite losing a lot of their CC in that fight. Smartly backing off from that. Now, as I was saying earlier, Chrono just left to his own devices down in that bot lane, safely farming up a Storm. CS differential has now hit 50 between the two ADCs. Mesu waiting in the bush to try to flank a Trustin Tay. There's a little bit of damage going off, but Mesu just actually probably regretting his decision to see how 0 damage he does to Tay right now with that arm guard. But Brio's there, Deathmark goes on to Tay, Slicing Maelstrom will be enough as he Zhonya's out of it, but Critical is up here to follow with the ulti of his own. Nice double stun from Coach Tyler, but Tay does fall. Brio picks up 1 kill as they chase onto Critical as he's dropped low. Ulti from Coach Tyler, and it's going to be a double kill for Brio, coming out huge for his team. And as I said, he is just going tank. That Randuin's already finished, helping to slow Critical and help stick onto him, yet he is so big right now. I almost want to see Brio just give over kills to the rest of his team. He really doesn't need any more kills, considering the fact that he is sitting on 7. A double kill would have been nice for that Syndra, but meanwhile Chrono and Kabusco are just going to siege that. Nice TP coming in from Tay to help keep that siege minion alive, securing that T2 middle in tower, as he will just farm that a big wave accumulating down in the bot lane. Ping is going down from Brio. It looks like Critical is asking for help. But what help can Control Alt Elite really give him, as all lanes are quite behind of their the TWC counterparts. This game definitely snowballing in the Wight camp's favor. out. They're a game to lose right now, but we can't count out the amount of CC coming from Ctrl Alt Elite. Now they just need to wait for Draven to get there. If they can peel for him, if they can CC for him, get a couple picks, get some kills on him, they can easily get back into this game. But 0 for Draven, that high risk, high reward, not paying off for Ctrl Alt Elite so far. And as I said before, this is where I would have much rather liked a more utility-based mid laner, Orianna, Lulu, anything to just keep Tin Terran safe in team fights, to keep outputting that damage. Chaos Claw will go in, but he is ahead of everybody else. Ultimate dropped on Trustante as he's just sitting in Zonya's form, zoning out a bunch of Control Alt Deletes. Chaos Claw dropping dangerously low. Brio gets Ice Tombed. It does a negative damage on him. Critical and Chaos Claw both blinking red as the chase continues on. And I don't think Critical is going to make out of this alive, because Brio is just going to push the issue, but fallen all the way back to the inhib turret is going to be. Meanwhile, Mesu is just split pushing top lane. Something that he needs to do. He needs to put in pressure on the Wight camp so that they can halt their aggression. That split pushing is going to be the #1 way to do that, as Tay will be sent to stop that. Now the danger is Mesu is very far behind, and Tay can easily duel him to stop that split push. Now Tay has TP while Mesu does not, and if Tay is able to successfully duel or poke him out of that split push, it's going to be a very bad team fight for Control Alt Delete if they get caught out. But Critical finally picking up a blue. Brio waiting in the wings to see if he could snipe that one out, but the vision was too good for Control Alt Delete this time. Finally working and slowly gaining back control of their jungle. Now farms are quite actually even for top. A little bit discrepancy on that mid 30 CS advantage, but the kills and assists in favor of Coach Tyler. Meanwhile, a 50 CS advantage for Chrono in part of the ADCs, and he has just been getting these huge waves down in the bot lane, getting that solo XP, something that he loves. Already finishing that Phantom Dancer, working towards, no doubt, that Bloodthirster as Dragon is spawned, and it is going to go over to the Wight camp yet again, as Control Alt Delete is just not even going to contest it. They did not have the vision or the members, as Mesu is still stuck in that top lane split pushing. The ward coverage for... oh no! Rito, please! So it looks like we have a bug splat coming in here, guys. My apologies. But we are loading back into the game. Highly unfortunate. Hopefully we did not miss anything, as we will quickly load back in. Oh, and we missed a team fight. But it's going to be a triple. Okay, well, you know what? Just for you guys, we're going to rewind that back. Because okay, We're gonna rewind that back because that is highly unfortunate. We are back in the game. They just finished picking up a dragon. And looks like the scuttle going over. Now, the White Camp's vision control is so impeccable right now. The lines of wards down the river see everything. Now, Control Alt Delete is doing their best. They do have some deep wards in that top jungle to help Mesu split push that top lane. And a pepper of wards down in their bot, but Critical gets caught out as Chrono goes on him. The stun lands as Chrono just shreds apart. Critical, Chaos Claw, and Tintaran are trying to come in for the flank, but Brio and Coach Tyler are right behind them. Meanwhile, Chrono is going to just do damage over the wall, blows up Tintaran as Trust and Take goes onto Chaos Claw. That's going to be another kill for Chrono, and Brio will pick up the kill onto Yex. That's a triple kill for Chrono down there. And again, Control Alt Delete getting a little bit caught out from there, trying to set up a flank for their team, but the reflank coming out from the White Camp. The White Camp just so much stronger than Control Alt Delete right now. They really can't contest team fights. Even picks are hard. The rotations from the White Camp have just been on point this game. And Brio getting caught out just a bit, but does have his team to back him up in the jungle. Right now, big wave in the top lane pushing in favor of the White Camp. Now it looks like Blade of the Rune King is now and Yumu's Ghostblade is now finished for Zed. But Mesu needs to pick up a Last Whisper. There's just so much armor coming out from Brio and from the double Zanyas. On that double AP comp, Brio will ulti in, but tunnel right back out as three members were waiting at his spawn location trying to protect this T1 mid turret. Kabusco is here helping out his jungler as well. And Coach Tyler will clean up the minion wave as they deny this Control Alt Elite their second turret. Turret's highly in favor of the White Camp right now, 6-1. And super minions are going to be flooding the base of Control Alt Delete, sending Messi to try to stem the leak in that bot lane. But Mesu has really not brought anything to his team right now. Not able to snowball in lane and just kind of resigning to split pushing. But the White Camp is not afraid of that split push at all because they have so many answers to his split push. They can send Brio down, Tay down, both of which can just utterly destroy him in a duel. Which is not something you would like to say on a Zed, known for winning out 1v1s. But the pings will go down to the last T2 for Elite, as the White Camp are making the rotations. Coach Tyler trying to see if he can find a pick. They end up getting the ward there. Nice zone coming out from Cabasso. Trust and Take a little too far as he gets rooted in place by Lissandra. Critical finds himself in a bad spot. Big Ice Tomb coming out from Yex, but he immediately falls to Coach Tyler. Tintaran gets exhausted and popped as Chrono will pick up the kill. Meanwhile, Chaos Claw falling dangerously low. Kabusco has to back out as he was tanking a lot of the turret. Nice death mark coming off to Coach Tyler, but he immediately Zanyas. Mesu will pay for it with a stun to the face, and Chrono is just doing terrible damage in the backline. Critical is going to re-engage, but Slicing Maelstrom will pick that kill up again, and that's going to be a double kill for Chrono as they march in the base of Elite, picking up the second inhib and might be the game. But the White Camp, known for overstaying their welcome, and the calls must be made to back out of there as respawn timers are not actually that long. as we are only 33 minutes into the game. A smart choice from the Wight camp. They are in no pressure to rush this game or make any mistakes, as they are in the driver's seat wholeheartedly. They can easily set up for Baron. Dragon will be spawning soon. That's going to be their 4th. And it looks like they'll just finish the game with that. And just a pure, sheer itemization coming out from the Wight camp. 1, if not 2 items ahead of their elite counterparts. Honestly, it just came back to the point. The Tin Terran not able to go off on that Draven, being shut down and denied those adoration stacks, falling behind Chrono in lane. And honestly too, comfort picks coming out from the Wight camp. Ctrl Alt Delete really need to do something about their picks and bans. They did a good job banning champions that the Wight camp do play, but they didn't draft a team comp that would beat this one. Again, Mesu, lackluster performance on that Zed, really needed to snowball. They were not short in damage or carries this game, and I can't say this enough. Would rather have had a utility jungle, but it looks like the Wight camp is just baiting out a Baron. Critical gets caught out. The knock up in will stop his charge over the wall. Easy kill picked up for Coach Tyler. That is most definitely Baron for the Wight camp, as the jungler for Elite is now down. Bottom inhib has respawned for Elite. Nice ulti coming out from Tin Terran to try and steal the Baron, but unfortunately they just had no vision of it. As it looks like the Wight camp are going to buy for the last time and make that final push. Most likely that bottom lane, as Tay is trying to prep that wave for them. That inhib already quite damaged for them. Sejuani doing a good job. I don't necessarily like the locket pick on Sejuani. I would much have rather have put it on Chaos Claw. Sejuani needs Chaos Claw can't be greedy with that Spectral Scowl on that Leona. Definitely poor itemization on that point, as Sejuani really could have used the health instead from a Spectral Scowl or a Banshees. But Chrono easily ripping apart that last inhib tower. Chaos Claw getting caught out, knocked up, and deleted. Yex soon to follow, as now the Wight camp is threatening the Nexus turrets. And with 3 members of Elite up, I don't think they can stop this push. Slicing Maelstrom will zone that out, heal being popped. Trust and Tay actually dropping quite low, but we'll just on use the death mark from Mesu as he gets exhausted. Will make it back to the fountain, but that is going to be game 1 in favor of the Wight.